Okay, welcome to another update on Archmage Rises. This update won't suck. With me, as always, is Nick. Welcome, Nick.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah. What would these videos updates be without you? I mean, what if we had Roger all the time? Those videos would suck.
Roger, yeah, we classed this place up, a good-looking dude.
That's true. He would have a different place now because he moved. He moved into a house. And
Yeah.
his tiny little house there in the Netherlands cost way more than my big-ass house here in the middle of nowhere.
Pretty nice. I'm in Portland, and house prices are ridiculous here, too.
Yeah. But I don't think they're Netherlands ridiculous.
I don't know.
Hey, they have to reclaim land from the sea just to build a house. So
That is true.
I think it's a little more expensive. But anyway, we are already off topic. But we have a pretty good update here. I have been working really hard on the game this week, and I'm going to show you, Nick, and you, everybody else, all the progress that has been made. So this week, actually on Tuesday, I was in the depths of despair. I was rewriting that stupid menu system, and I was ready to throw in the towel. I was like, at this point where I'm like, every hour of work that I put into this game creates 2 hours of work.
Mm-hmm.
This is insane. And so I was really, really down. And then my wife gave me a head massage, and then I actually felt better.
Head massage. There's nothing but bone up there.
Yeah, it was pretty great. And then I think it was, by Wednesday morning, I finally finished with the menu system. And I have to say the menu system is pretty great. And I was going to talk more about it and maybe show some code and stuff, but we got so many other things to do that I'm just going to bypass all that and get to the more exciting
You've been on a tear
things.
this week, from what I hear. I've been watching the commits come through.
Stop
You've
reading
been
the commits.
You've been a busy boy. I can't help it, Thomas.
Quit reading
Old
ahead.
I hard.
You do have another game you're working on. Come on.
Yeah, I'm nosy.
So, anyways, I finally made it through all that, and now I can show the progress this week. So, actually, for the first kind of 2.5 days of this week, I was still working on last week's thing of getting that menu thing rewritten. And the menus thing is really good now, but you're going to see it in the game. You're going to go, wow, it looks exactly the same as before. And that's the point, was I redid all the internals. But anyway, so I finished the menu system, which allowed me to finish the NPC relationship stuff. And then I finally went back to that really old Steam discussion thing that I put saying, hey, here's all the outstanding tasks. And I went and I crossed off the first one. The first one. It took me 3 weeks to cross off the first one on that post. And there's 26 more things on that list. And so if somebody's doing the math, they're like, holy crap, you got like 2 years of work left. So fortunately, not every task is 3 weeks. And I can... Actually, I finished another task this week, and then it turned out one of them was already finished. So I'm already up to 3 tasks done this week. Yay! Okay, here we are in the game, and let's. I'll just show you the end of the relationship stuff that I did, because you're gonna like this, Nick. So I go into here, and I just met this guy, and I'm going to talk with him, and I got all the standard options that we had before, but if I improve our relationship through my secret mystical powers, so I've now moved it up to the next level, and I'll move it up to the next level again. So now when I go to talk to him, we got like a whole bunch of new options here. And one of them is we can go into a deep conversation. So that's the same as chatting, but it has greater risk and reward to it. So there's like a multiplier on the results. Now I can see that he's in a bad mood, gloomy, so I can cheer him up, and I can only cheer him up because we like each other. We're at that level of relationship, and that will increase his well-being and also increase my well-being a little bit, and gives us a big relationship boost. But you don't really care about those interpersonal things because you're not that kind of guy. But,
It's all about what he can do for me.
that's right. Okay, so now we're at the friend status, and I'm actually, my well-being is not very high, and so I can unburden myself. That's the term that I used for like when you go and you kind of tell someone all your problems. I call it unburden. And so this gives you a well-being boost. And so I think this is really cool that you have a choice in your game, in your role-playing, of are you going to go and drink alcohol to feel better, or are you going to go see friends and just talk with them and feel better? And those are real choices in real life. So I thought that was kind of cool. Now we're at this level of friendship. His best skill can be used in order to teach me a skill, as long as he's better at the skill than I am. And so that's what Teach Me Weapons is about. He could teach me the weapon skill. And then your favorite feature, which is borrowing money. So
Yay.
because I built this relationship up, he is willing to lend me, and there's a choice here. So I can have more money in a shorter period of time or less money in a longer period of time.
Interesting.
And based on our level of friendship is the interest rate. So if I go away from this and I bump us
Oh, that's
up...
not a very friendly interest rate.
Well, you make a lot of money in the game, so 15% is not so bad. Okay, so now we're good friends. I'm just going to pump it up. We're going to be best friends. Okay, so now we're best friends, and I can go, and if I click on the borrow, he'll give us more money now because we're better friends, and he'll do it at 0% interest. Now
There we go. That's much better.
that's the kind of friend that you want.
That's right.
And
if you don't pay him back, I'm assuming you become less friends.
Yep, it starts eroding the relationship, and based on the dollar amount, he might hire people to go after you.
Oh, man.
I think there was something else. The borrowing's pretty cool. Oh, yeah. Okay, so it's up here, up front. This is why I had to rewrite the menu system so I could pop in dynamic things like this. So, he has a gift he'd like to give us. Isn't that nice?
It's very nice.
Yeah, so...
I would like to receive that gift.
Yeah, so you receive the gift, so I click on it, and hey, I won this book, and I'd like to give it to you. Perhaps this will brighten your day. So I just got a free book. So basically, I don't know why this just popped up. But, so if I go to my inventory, I'll see a book. And,
Ooh, new icons.
Yeah.
Those look awesome.
Hey, quit jumping ahead. So I got a new book. So basically, if you build up your friendships high enough to the point where they really like it and they're thinking about you and they're like come across things and stuff, then they'll give them to you, and they'll give them to you the same as like a treasure chest. So basically, your friends become like treasure chests that you can go once a month to. You can visit them, and then they'll give you like good stuff.
I like that. It's great.
And my wife just won't stop calling me. So
head massage appointment.
Pardon?
Head massage appointment. You gotta pick it up.
So, anyways, I thought that was pretty cool, and that was like a good feature to have for building your friendship all the way to the top level. Do you like that?
Yeah, I love it.
Okay, so
monthly rewards.
Let's go away from that. Okay, so now let's talk about armor. So the rest of this week, I spent time working on armor, and that's why you see the new icons, because not just armor, but it's like equipment, like all like stuff that you can get and wear and find in dungeons and all that stuff. So you built this screen a long time ago, and we didn't have anything really that the players could get in order to fill it up. So so that's what I've been working on, is like stuff that you can actually wear. And first I want to say that I published kind of my thoughts on the Steam forum, and said, hey, this is what I'm thinking. What do you guys think? What are the reasons for this and stuff? And we got a lot of really good feedback. In fact, the feedback was so good that I basically just copied what they said and put that in the game. And so the community's been really great. The fans have been great. And it's almost at the point where I don't think I can just say Thomas Henschel's Archmage Rises. Now I have to say Thomas Henschel and D-Row and Durhan and Will Sama's Archmage Rises at the top. So, okay, so now the stuff that we can get, I got a whole bunch of items over here. I'm going to close this for a second. So I got a whole bunch of items over here, and the armor, all these are enhanced versions of the armor. I didn't bother putting in any of the basic stuff right now. That's just a variable setting that I need to change. And so there's 3 kinds of armor that are in the game. And that is cloth, leather, and plate. And each one of those has different reasons for existing. The cloth is the stuff that really helps you with spellcasting and whatever. So if I go like this one, you'll see that this is legendary cloth body equipment, and it enhances a spell. So cloth will always have kind of a grouping of enhancements that it can have, and they revolve around spellcasting stuff. So making your spells better. So this one gives me a plus 45% effect. I had a realization about equipment. I was going to like make all these different classes for whether it's a helmet or it's a chest piece or something like that. But really, at the end of the day, boots and hats and they're just smaller versions of the regular armor. So actually, all armor is just one class. It just pops out different things for different icons. So the enhancements that can appear on your chest armor can also appear on the gloves and stuff. And actually, I like how it's kind of, they're all very similar and stuff. I could do more rolls on a chest piece versus boots or something. But anyway, so if I look over here, we have this is leather, and leather is more skill based. So the leather things are I think more active, working, dungeoneering and stuff. So they will also give you more protection. You see, there's an armor rating on it. So I can put this on. This gives me scholarship. This one gives me strength. If I pull it up in here. So we can see these things in here. So this +2 scholarship is giving me that over there, and the strength. So this is giving me, these boots are giving me effect on the spell. So anyways, those are the different ideas. Now with plate, part of the discussion was, why can't mages wear plate? So for the plate, the idea that I had there was that if you're going to be a battle mage, you're interested in protection, so reducing damage, and also causing more damage. And so plate will give you bonuses against certain races. It'll give you bonuses to using your weapons, and it will protect you a lot more than the leather and the cloth will. So you can take a lot more damage. So that means you don't have to necessarily pull out your magical shield all the time, because the plate is taking it. Now, the downside is it will actually reduce the number of action points that you have in combat, and it will increase the stamina cost of casting spells. And so that seems to me to be a pretty good trade-off. But when we finally get this build out and people start playing it, then they'll tell me if it's a good trade-off or not. I don't have an example of one of them right now just because of the way they're randomly generated. But if we go to the armorer, maybe we'll see what he has. So we can go and we can buy armor. And it should tell you if it's plate or not. It currently doesn't. Okay. No. The problem is that all of these are magically enhanced. So you see where it says 0% cast stamina. That's actually a really great improvement on it, because normally it's -1% or -2%. Or sorry, +1 and +2. So when you're doing the cast box, whatever you see as the +1%, you'll see in the cast box. Oh, here we go. I finally found one. Okay, chainmail. Oh, and I can't buy it. Okay. Okay, so now I bought the chainmail, and now I can wear it. Okay, so here's the chainmail, and it's giving me the -2 action points and the +2 to casting stamina. So if I go to cast the light spell, the minimum is 2.3%, and the maximum is now 27% because of that extra 2% coming from it. And I got it all working with, like when it says it's a bonus damage against skeletons, that's working. If it says, bonus to the fly spell, it will calculate the correct duration of the fly spell, all that stuff. So
nice.
So that's pretty cool. And
content, yay!
Yeah, content. That's right. And then the final thing that I did was I put in the ability to have uniques. And so uniques are something that when the armor here, like as the simulator goes along, he'll just keep creating new pieces. There's a very, very, very tiny chance that he could create a unique. And these uniques are things that I can design. But if you remember from the pre-orders that are available on the website, one of them is the Artificer level. And you can actually design a piece of equipment. And so those pieces, like when we're close to releasing the game, I'll go to all those people that ordered that version, and they can make their own unique gear that will then appear in the game. And so we have the ability to have those uniques. And so I put in a couple of uniques, and the first one here is the drinking cap. And so the drinking cap gives me plus 50% resistance to alcohol.
Nice.
So if I leave here and I go to the inn, and I order an alcoholic beverage.
Man, look at that guy's hair. Can we just look at that for a minute?
Yeah, I haven't updated all the portraits yet, but there, alcohol resisted. So my blood alcohol didn't go up.
Drinking mess.
I was able to resist it. Oh, it resisted. Oh, it resisted. Wow. Okay. It seems that 50% will give you 100% resistance.
Yep.
Let's see. Oh, yeah, one of them got through. So my blood alcohol is currently up +4. So, but that's the idea. So, anyways, so if you get your drinking cap on and your drinking boots and your chest thing, so you can go out at night on the town. Okay. The next thing that I put in was the girdle of grinding.
Yay!
So this is hilarious. So when I was talking with Armor on the Steam forums, somebody's like, "Hey, I want like +5 to grinding or something," and I was like, "Hey, that's a great idea. I'll put in the gloves of grinding." And then I actually went to put it into the game, and I realized we don't actually have that as an equipment slot. I don't know how we missed gloves. We have these hands for like weapons, like I could put in a spear here and stuff, but I don't have any way to equip gloves. Isn't that hilarious?
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
I totally missed it. Been staring at the screen for almost a year. Totally missed that. So I couldn't put in gloves of grinding, but I did make the girdle of grinding. And so the +33% to grinding is when you grind something, there's a +33% chance that you could get a bonus thing coming out of it. So if you gear up your head and your feet and your body, maybe you can get that up to 100%, and then you start manufacturing things like way faster.
Yeah, you can open up your own junkyard.
That's right. Just grinding things like crazy. And then the last one is for those who remember the old internet meme, the boots of escaping.
I'm wearing boots of escaping! What? I'm wearing boots of escaping! Hey!
Coming from, I think it was Reno 911. And this gives you +50 to run away. So if you're making a runaway check from a monster, your boots of escaping will help you get away from that.
Nice.
So that's everything that I got going this week, and I can go and cross off that task of equipment. So this stuff will appear in shops. This stuff will appear as gifts coming from people. It will appear in dungeons as loot. We got some content.
Awesome. That's a great week, Thomas. You've been really busy. I'm very excited to see all this stuff.
Thanks. That's all I have to say right now, and you got to get going.
I do.
And have a fun weekend. You're going to a cabin or something?
No, I'm going to meet my new niece. My sister had a baby, so.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I got to go look at a little baby just sitting there making noises. So.
Remember, every baby's cute in the parents' eyes.
That's right.
Okay, well, that's great. Thanks for being here, and okay, goodbye, everybody.
Bye.